Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. You thought K-Pop Demon Hunters was just a flashy animated film with catchy music and stunning visuals? Think again. Beneath the glitter, synchronized choreography, and stage lights lies a surprisingly emotional, myth-heavy fantasy epic with deep roots in Korean folklore. At the center of it all is Rumi, a K-pop star with a secret that could shatter the world she's fighting to protect. From ancient demon kings to magical soul-powered barriers, and a shocking twist that redefines everything we thought we knew about the protagonist. This movie isn't just about fighting evil, it's about finding harmony within yourself. Whether you were drawn in by the killer soundtrack or the slick action scenes, there's a lot to unpack by the time the final curtain drops. So let's break down the ending of K-Pop Demon Hunters, explore Rumi's transformation, and see what clues were left behind for a possible sequel.
What you are, what you did, you would have told her.
The Demon Within, Rumi's Hidden Truth. At the heart of K-Pop Demon Hunters is a bombshell twist. Rumi, the charismatic lead of Huntrix, is not fully human. Her origin story, which begins with the tragic loss of her demon hunter mother, is further complicated by the late reveal that her father was actually a demon. This secret has been hidden her entire life, even from her closest allies, Zoe and Mira, raised by her adoptive mother Celine, a legendary hunter herself. Rumi has long feared what might happen if her demonic nature ever surfaced. That fear shapes her identity, driving her to become the perfect hunter and the flawless performer. The film teases this secret through Rumi's subtle moments of doubt and isolation, which culminate in the dramatic revelation that nearly tears Huntrix apart. Rumi's arc is about self-acceptance. The more she tries to bury her demonic half, the more it gnaws at her. Yet it's precisely this duality that makes her powerful enough to defeat GwiMa. Rather than purging her demon side, Rumi finds strength in reconciling both parts of herself. That message of embracing complexity instead of fearing it is a core theme of the film and leaves a lasting emotional impact.
Bathhouses, Rumi! It's usually really fun and relaxing!
The mythology behind the mic. What is the Hanmoon? K-Pop Demon Hunters draws heavily from Korean folklore, infusing it with a modern, pop-driven aesthetic. The story's supernatural foundation is built around the Hanmoon, a mystical barrier between the human world and the demon realm. Throughout history, the hunters have used the power of their voices, fueled by genuine emotion and passion, to strengthen the Hanmoon. This energy manifests through their singing, performance, and connection to the human spirit. Whether it's ancient guardians in the Joseon dynasty or jazz-era radio trios, this magic has always emerged in threes, echoed in the present day with Huntrix. When the Hanmoon is strong, demons like GwiMa are kept at bay, but as emotions dull and people lose hope, the barrier weakens, allowing malevolent forces to seep into reality. That decay is what Huntrix is fighting against. Not just literal monsters, but the emotional erosion of society. The goal in the film is to forge the Golden Hanmoon, a nearly indestructible seal that would forever end GwiMa's influence. Yet by the end, only a partial version is formed, leaving room for further conflict. The mythos is deep, and the visual storytelling around the Hanmoon builds an intricate world that feels alive with history. Jinu, a villain redeemed. Genu begins the film as a classic antagonist, cool, composed, and menacing. But as the story unfolds, it becomes clear that Genu's motives are far more complex. Long ago, he was a struggling musician who made a deal with GwiMa in exchange for success. The cost? His humanity, his family, and ultimately, his soul. Despite his transformation into a demon, remnants of Genu's human self remain. That's what draws him to Rumi. Seeing her wrestle with the same identity crisis he once faced stirs something in him. It's not just empathy, it's recognition. Their bond grows subtly throughout the film, hinted through shared conversations and unspoken glances. It never blossoms into romance, but there's undeniable chemistry and mutual understanding. When Rumi finally unleashes her full potential in the final battle, it's Genu who helps her get there. He chooses to sacrifice himself, taking a lethal blast meant for Rumi, an act of redemption that finally severs his connection to GwiMa. Though he fades from existence, his essence lingers long enough to power Rumi's final strike, allowing the new Hanmoon to form. Genu's arc is tragic but redemptive, In a world where demons are created through human weakness and despair, Genu becomes proof that there's always a chance to reclaim one's humanity, even if it comes at the ultimate cost. GwiMa, the manipulator king, looming over the entire film is the demonic overlord GwiMa, a powerful entity who doesn't just command monsters, he creates them. His strength lies in corruption. He whispers into the minds of the vulnerable, offering deals that always turn sour. His influence twists dreams into nightmares, fame into obsession, and ambition into destruction. We never get a full origin for GwiMa, but his role is clear. He is the embodiment of temptation. Whether he's offering Genu a second chance at stardom or exploiting the hidden fears inside Rumi, GwiMa represents every dark impulse that the characters try to bury. What makes him terrifying isn't his physical power, it's his voice. His ability to worm into the minds of people and convince them they're making the right choice, even as they doom themselves. By the end, it's Rumi's refusal to make a deal with him that breaks his hold over the world. Even then, GwiMa isn't fully destroyed. He's forced back into the demon realm, but his influence lingers, especially with the Hanmoon not yet golden. There's a sense that he could return, or worse, that something else could rise in his place. The fate of Huntrix. Rebuilding from within. After the climactic battle, Huntrix is changed. Zoe and Mira, who had both been shaken by the reveal of Rumi's demon heritage, stand by her side once more. The trio's bond is reforged, now stronger and more authentic because the truth is out. Each member of Huntrix has grown. Mira, the tactician, learns to trust her instincts rather than just data. Zoe, the brawler, realizes that strength isn't just about muscle, it's about resilience of spirit. And Rumi, at last, is able to perform, not to hide who she is, but to celebrate it. Celine, Rumi's adoptive mother and mentor, finally passes on the mantle. Having guided Rumi through her darkest moments, she steps back to let the next generation lead. The group's final concert isn't just a victory lap, it's the literal rebuilding of the Hanmoon, powered by unity and understanding. Unfinished business. Who survived and what comes next? Despite GwiMa's defeat, K-Pop Demon Hunters leaves the door open for future stories. One of the most glaring teases is the fate of the Saja boys, demonic pop stars under GwiMa's control. While two of them, Mystery and Abs, are confirmed to have been taken down by Zoe and Mira, the other two, Romance and Baby, vanish without a trace. Their survival isn't confirmed, but it's strongly implied. If they weren't present during the final sealing of the Hanmoon, they may have avoided the purge. That alone could be the foundation for a sequel. Rehabilitated former demons like Jinu may not be unique, and Romance and Baby could either try to escape GwiMa's influence or double down on their loyalty. There's also the question of past generations. The film hints that other musical trios across time have faced similar threats, exploring those eras, whether it's 1920s radio singers, 1960s girl groups, or futuristic K-pop collectives, could expand the mythology even further. And finally, the Hanmoon itself. While it's restored, it isn't golden. The visual clue of its blue hue suggests that while it's holding, for now, it's not impenetrable. A future threat, either from a returning GwiMa or a new villain, could exploit that weakness. Themes and legacy more than pop and demons. At first glance, K-Pop Demon Hunters is a flashy action fantasy mashup with incredible music and dazzling animation. But underneath the stylish choreography and high-energy set pieces lies a deeply emotional story about identity, legacy, and self-worth. Rumi's journey resonates because it's about reconciling conflicting parts of oneself. Her demon side isn't something to erase, it's something to understand. That message speaks to anyone who's ever felt like they didn't fully belong or feared being judged for who they really are. Jinu's fall and redemption highlight the danger of unchecked ambition and the pain of regret. His final act reminds viewers that it's never too late to make the right choice, even if it's your last. And Huntrix, as a group, symbolize the power of unity. Their magic doesn't just come from talent, it comes from trust, connection, and purpose. Whether they're fighting demons or performing on stage, their strength lies in harmony, literal and emotional. Our nerdy thoughts. K-Pop Demon Hunters closes one chapter but clearly prepares for the next. With Rumi's secret out, Jinu's memory lingering, and the Hanmoon not yet at full strength, the story of Huntrix is far from over. Whether the next film dives deeper into past generations, focuses on surviving villains, or explores Rumi's continued journey with her demon heritage, the world is rich with potential. And if there's one thing K-Pop Demon Hunters proves, it's that heart, harmony, and high notes can still save the world. K-Pop Demon Hunters ends with Rumi accepting who she truly is, but the battle for balance between worlds isn't over. With unfinished stories, mysterious survivors, and an unstable Hanmoon, the stage is set for more. If this was just the opening act, the encore could be even bigger. Until then, stay fierce, stay loud, and keep your inner demons in check.